Hello, everyone. Welcome to Low Budget LCS. I am Popoba, joined today by Ryoklu, and we've got some more commercial quarterfinals for you today. Now, if you recall, I don't know / can't change the stream title, so this is not actual Apes versus Net 20 Druids. That match was on Tuesday. This is the Rising Tide Seagles versus Sublime Felines. We have a draft link, so we're going, and I can put that up now. But yeah, it's gonna be a banger. Ryoklu, do you have anything you want to say about these two teams while I adjust stuff?
Yeah, I know nothing about these teams. I'm just some random plat player from executive casting here today. But it looks like it's gonna be exciting, regardless.
Yeah, and you were mentioning that like some of these players, while this is commercial, used to be rather high elo.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess either you suck at the game now, or you are just tired of the game, and I don't blame you. I'm tired of this game too, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, casual, competitive fun.
Yeah, some 5v5s. So while we're waiting for the draft and everything to get set up, okay, got a spec link. Already got that. Well, I think I have the right spec link. I hope I have the right spec link.
Well, yeah, they haven't drafted yet. So.
Yeah. So
at least from what I'm looking at.
In classic style, I've got some pre-game content for us to look at, so we can start formulating our ideas and opinions around how these two teams are going to play draft, who they're going to play around. So, first, I wanted to take us to the Hoarders. Who generates the most gold on these two teams? Now, we can see there we've got Breezified and Fuesa opening up the top of the bracket. So, expecting what I think looks like top and AD carry for the side of that's Rising Tide on the left, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, and then Gajisi.
I guess it's his mine.
In the AD carry position, following up. So probably expecting the side of Sublime Felines to play around their bot lane a bit more. Really stacked gold generation from the side of Rising Tide. Like, they've got 3 out of the top 5 spots. But mid and AD carry on the other side. So, a bit interesting. Now, if we go to slightly different story. I always like to contrast these two graphs. KDA, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. It's a little spicy. You've actually got Thrasher, who I believe looks like their support, is heading up that KDA line, followed by the top laner, which is a bit expected, and then their mid laner, who is lower on the draft, and then their bot laner. So it really looks like they've had some insane KDAs, because that first 4 all on the side of Rising Tide.
Oh. Okay, then I'm kind of placing my bets on them then.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to hold off on draft before I open the predictions, first of all. So I will not be betting. You can feel free to. But I am looking at Vulcan in the mid lane. Weird to say.
Yeah, wait a minute. Vulcan's playing in the low budget LCS.
I know, guys. Everyone, Cloud9 Vulcan mid laner for Sublime Feline Esports. Let's go. So he's heading up, I think, both these graphs, and they're looking to kind of carry. So I'm expecting movement for the mid jungle from the side of Sublime Felines. I'm expecting them to play through their mid, pressure Sushi Man, and yeah, it should be an interesting game.
I can't wait.
Well, now we can go on to my Thank you, Vulcan, in the chat. Get ready to get clapped. I love the boldness. What I like to call the enemies of darkness. So we're looking at vision score per minute. And someone who I thought was going to be playing this game, but... No, they're in spectators. Cat on Head has a 2 vision score per minute. Really, really good warding from this player. I think is on the side of... Oh, we are drafting. Okay, so I'm going to transition there. We can go back to the ward discussion later.
Yes, I was like, oh, wait a minute. They are just, pick banning left and right. They got their time to waste, I guess.
Zach banned, Ziggs banned, and Darius banned from the side of Rising Tide S Eagles. So looking to get out some of that engage and I consider Ziggs to be kind of a break-the-game bot laner. Similar to something like Senna, where they just play the game differently and they offer a lot of tools. Globals really banned out from the tide of Sublime Felines. Galio ult, no. Nocturne ult, no. Ezreal is, again, one of those safer laning AD carries, so both of them might be looking to pressure bot lane. Jarvan, coming out for the tide of Rising Tide S Eagles, really good on this patch. Got a buff on that passive. And it looks like Sublime Felines are responding with Tristana Viego. Now, given the Viego nerfs, I'm assuming we're expecting this Viego to go jungle. Wouldn't you, Real Clue? Yeah?
I would too. Like, what they did to him would, I would think, cause him to be more of a jungle pick. But hey, I don't know. They could be flexing it, just like with Tristana. Could be Tristana mid.
That's very true. Tristana mid is terrifying. We're seeing a lot of tempo gamers in chat. A lot of first-time chatters. Love to see it. Thank you for joining the stream. We got Set out from the side of Rising Tide S Eagles, so a lot of good AD dueling going on. Whoever Sublime Feline sends top lane is going to have to be pretty safe, because Set Jarvan is a lot of burst and a lot of CC.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to see. They hover.
Wait. Okay, keeping us guessing? Okay. It's going to be Jhin.
Is it a Jhin angle?
Okay.
It's a Misfortune angle. Okay. So Misfortune, they're, maybe thinking that's another Tristana, maybe not. Maybe it's just a comfort pick. An earlier game AD carry looking to make those plays. And so far, the whole side of the draft from Rising Tide S Eagles does seem to be more of the we're going to make the tempo, we're going to make the plays. Which is what I'm seeing, I think, in chat. No, people are saying tempo gamers for, I think, both sides. Trundle I really like here, actually. I really like Trundle here. It can be Trundle top, it can be Trundle support.
Yep. Or jungle.
Or jungle, send the Viego mid. We did see Viego mid in the other commercial quarterfinal game on Tuesday. So, anything's possible. And just because you can take the AD away from the Misfortune, from the Set, from the Jarvan, if you get onto them, really good in this draft. Plus, making the Jarvan squishy when he engages, making him scareder to go in, making the Set more burstable. I like this response from the side of Sublime Felines. We are seeing support bans coming out. Them saying, we don't think that's a Trundle support. We don't think you're going to play Trundle support. Not in commercial. I think I've seen more spicy picks in commercial than I've seen anywhere else. So Rel Morgana banned out, so they're looking to ban out those engaged supports from the side of Sublime Felines. Rising Tide respond with Thresh. So, pretty good ban. I'm pretty sure Thresh has...
Did we see another support ban?
I'm guessing. Unless they want to ban... Well, they're probably assuming Trundle's top.
Yeah.
And Tristana or Viego could be
mid. No. Okay.
They're saying, we don't want that. And I think that is good, because when I'm thinking something that can get away from Set Jarvan, I think, hook shot out of there. And, if Jarvan ults you just ult Jarvan.
I feel like one of the two has to be jungle, because, you would want an AP mid laner. Or else,
I'm guessing, but you could also do something like, okay, picking up the Leona, they want a hard engaged support with the Tristana. Don't want to let that get picked away. I think Leona's synergizes with Seraphine picked up. Could be mid, could be Quinn.
Okay, Quinn.
So this is maybe a set support Seraphine mid. I think something we neglected to talk about is that the set can be flexed to support. So that is interesting. Quinn probably going top, being that split pusher, probably good against Trundle, so they're probably saying Trundle's top. We'll see if Sublime Felines actually flex Trundle somewhere else, and this is a really interesting draft, actually. I love the pivots that Seagles have done, and yep, they're sending Mordekaiser top now. So Trundle is probably, I'm going to guess, going jungle, and I'm guessing that's a Viego mid, because it's not going support. Unless we're seeing the spicy Leona mid. And I will say, we did see an AP Sejuani mid the other day.
Really?
So, yeah. Anything's possible, I'm just going to say.
Hey, at least you'll know this will be entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of fans in the chat for both these teams. Rooting for Seagles, rooting for Rising Tide. Actually, a lot of Sublime Feline skills fans. So, looking for them to take this one.
Yeah, I really like their logo. It's a really cute cat.
I agree. And if you can't read that on stream, it says anything helps. So, as they get into drafting here, I'm going to start a prediction.
Okay, fair. Yeah, because we all know what the draft is now, so. Come on, people, bet your schmeckles. We gotta keep the economy going.
True. There we go. Schmeckle bets are up. You can put your money where your mouth is. And while they're doing their drafting what we just saw, we can go back to talking about our ward discussion. So they've got Cat on Head, who it seems like isn't actually playing in this game, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But followed up by Tsuyoi. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. So still really good vision for the side of Sublime Felines. That is an area edging out Thrasher XD 56. So, maybe their vision can give them that edge. It'll be interesting to see. I think it is also interesting to see that Combs, the jungler for the side of Sublime Felines, is the first one after both supports. Which is pretty impressive. I like having a good vision score as a jungler myself. I'm expecting them to get those pink wards, help secure objectives, and I like to see that focus, especially since, well, on the other side, Sushi Man, their mid laner, follows up the vision score. Which, I think it is good, but I'm expecting the vision control out of the side of Sublime Felines to be a little bit better, at least based on the statistics.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But hey, maybe they were planning, maybe they've scrimmed really hard, you don't know. They could have just, so you said, hey, we're going to lay into these scrims, we're going to improve our vision. They might surprise us.
That is true. They may just. I'm going to transition over to the draft now. Yeah, it's entirely possible. I think, still from these drafts, I think both of them had some really good pivots. Having the Trundle that could go top or could go jungle if they needed to, saying, yeah, we can send the Viego mid. I think the Viego will have a hard time against the Seraphine, but I do like not sending Trundle into Quinn, because I think Trundle just ends up having a really bad time. I think we've got the Sublime Feline support in chat saying they're doing push-ups and feeling dangerous.
All right. Hey, I love that physical fitness, get the blood flowing.
Absolutely. But I do think it is their opponent in Thrasher XD who's going to be able to do those sit-ups on the Rift, so,
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
Yes, because it is Seraphine mid,
Viego
mid. We're going to see 8 carries come out. Now, I do want to say there is a lot of AD for the side of Rising Tide Seagles.
Yes, no, I very much agree with you, which is always a concern, right? Like in terms of damage output, like you have MF, Quinn, Jarvan, even Set, right? It's all AD, and then Seraphine is more of like a utility mid laner. She doesn't usually output damage, like, or at least the way most people would build her. But who knows? Maybe Sushi's gonna play her like full damage mage, or I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, it will be certainly interesting to see. I'm expecting them to go full damage, but they may value the shielding and healing more than that. It's kind of hard to tell, but
Yeah.
Certainly I think a little bit of a better mix from the side of Sublime Felines with the Mordekaiser, the Leona, and Trundle will do a little bit of mix, especially on whoever he tags his ult.
I also really like that Sublime Felines actually have a lot of disruption in their comp. Mordekaiser ult, you have Trundle Pillar, Tristana R, Leona ult could also be used. So, they have some good disengage and engage tools on their side to combat Rising Tides, all in. So, really excited to see how it will be played.
Yeah, I think it's a good point in the 5v5s. They do have a lot of tools to say, no, you can't engage like that, Jarvan. I'm going to make you squishy, and then Mordekaiser's going to take you to the death realm. Actually, that combo is pretty brutal. It's actually interesting. If you're playing Trundle into Mordekaiser, I know this because I've done it. Mordekaiser pretty heavy counters Trundle, because if you ult Mordekaiser as Trundle, and then he ults you stole his stats, and then he steals all those stats back. And gets a lot more for it in the Death Realm. And then he comes out an absolute monster. However, this time they are in the same team, so they have 2 stat-stealing buttons. So hypothetically, what you could see is like, Jarvan or Set, if one of them is a particularly big problem, get Trundle ulted, and then Mordekaiser ulted on top of that, and then they will die instantly because it removes their armor and MR, like, twice. Well, actually, I don't know if Mordekaiser removes it. I think he just steals it, but it would be big. Yeah, so interesting to see. I like that they have a lot of good setup for the Viego too. Having the Leona is really strong. Having the Trundle who can pillar people for him. Tristana, who's very bursty and can get him resets. I think it has a good setup for Viego. And I think if our boy C9 Vulcan, coming out of the support role to play in the low-budget LCS, can pop off on this Viego, especially late game, which their composition I think is more favored towards, given the Jarvan, the Misfortune, and the Set on the other side. I like the composition. Now, I will say, there are some chatters talking about the Rising Tide Seagles having a lot better tempo, and they certainly have a draft in order to do that. So how do you think this game progresses throughout the time course, and what does particularly Potatoes have to do in order to have the Seagles in a good spot come mid-game?
I mean, it seems like, Rising Tide drafted more towards like an early mid-game comp, right? They want to look for picks, team fights. I mean, Quinn in particular, right, is really great at picking off people. Roaming great because of her ult. So, if it'll be really up to them to be able to do that, because come late game, like, you have Mordekaiser, you got Trundle, you got Viego. It's gonna be scary.
Yeah, that is very true. And we're on the last 25 seconds of spectator delay. You'll love to see it.
Yes.
Now, how about the lane matchups? Because I do have a feeling that both mid and top for the side of Sublime Felines are going to have a little bit of a rough time. Any ranged into Mordekaiser feels bad, man. Similarly, in mid lane, the Viego's lane sustain was nerfed in previous patches. That's why you mostly see him jungle now. Into Seraphine, who has that empowered W up every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I just can't help but feeling like, it's going to be rough for them. But, I have to say, though, if Quinn vaults into Mordekaiser, I mean, he can E her, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And to Q her, and I've played that matchup myself, so She has to be kind of careful with the spacing, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We are loading in the game. We can take a peek at what kind of mastery we got on these players, and I'm noticing something. I'm noticing something right off the bat. Slim Frefsa with a 1 million mastery Quinn pick here. Wait a minute. So this might be their one trick that escaped the banhammer.
Yeah, like, well, to be fair, like if you were to look, at their ranked history this season, it's kind of like tied with Lysandra. So, and kind of like Volibear almost too. But if you do look at the past seasons, Quinn is consistently their top pick. But I guess, Sublime Felines might just not be afraid of it.
Yeah, they might say, no, you know what, we can draft into this, or they might be more afraid of other picks.
That's true.
Something else I want to point out, that is no TPs for the side of Rising Tide Seagles, and 2 TPs for the side of Sublime Felines. So Sublime Felines have the opportunity to, be doing stuff other side of the map, like 1-3-1 or something like that, and then 5-man in mid, 5v3 instantly. Especially in the late game, I think that TP disparity is going to be really important. Especially if Quinn cannot use this Ignite early game to get the kills that she needs to become a split-pushing menace.
Yeah, no.
We're seeing... Looks like a 5-point from the side of Sublime Felines, and a 5-man stack going for the Mordekaiser for the side of Rising Tide. Now, Mordekaiser probably will spot them out here. He sees them.
Okay. I don't think anything will happen because they're all just chasing him. So.
Yeah, I think you can just walk out here. I think.
Group effort.
It was a good look. I like that both of these teams said, okay, you know what? Game starts level 1, right? Rising Tide said, we're 5-manning, we're going through top, and we're going to try to catch him. But Zen and Poison, for the side of Sublime Felines, they were out there as soon as it started. So they saw them on the rotation, and they were able to walk it out.
Oh my god, they were still able to get that Warden on the red of Sublime Felines. Wow, that was super risky. But they did it.
They took the read that, hey, these guys aren't stacking in a bush. The Mordekaiser was going to 5-point. We think they're 5-pointing. So we've got 5 men here. They've got like 2. We're going to go ahead and get that ward. And it pays off.
Oh, yeah. But, to add on that, Sublime Felines have some great wards. They have one right on the red buff. One, to do the prugs, to see the pathing. And a defensive one for, their Donor's red. So it's pretty great on them.
Yeah, for sure. Now, this is a little bit interesting for the Jarvan for me. He's opting to go for his Krugs after his red, which tells me that either he's trying to match the Trundle, who I'm expecting to do more of a full clear, or perhaps he's just doing those Krugs until bot gets level 2, and they can do a gank bot lane. However, is spotted out of that ward, and doesn't look like they're going to go for that, so it does look like they're just going for the full clear. Trundle mirroring that as well. Nothing too spicy coming out of the jungle, which, if you're on Jarvan, I actually don't like, because Jarvan is one of those champs where it's like level 2 ganks. Let's go. Let's see him. Let's pop him. You've got your EQ. Your W does not matter. Let's just get some ganks off, especially into someone like Viego, who early game is not going to have that mobility.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you could just put him super behind. But it looks like, Sushi is going to push this wave up, so yeah.
Yeah, and now it does look like Potatoes is skipping his top side, going for the gank. Some spiciness happening in the bot lane.
I see what's happening.
Okay, top. Yeah. Here comes the gank that we wanted. Get the passive proc. EQ under the turret. And first blood goes over to Quinn. Very well played. Good level 3 dive. Yeah. Well played.
I really liked... Oh.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I really liked how Quinn, queued him right before Jarvan came into view. So he wasn't even aware of the game. He couldn't see it.
I was actually going to talk about how I was wondering why the Mordekaiser was walking in after I thought he should have seen the Jarvan, but I'm pretty sure he was just blinded from the queue. So yeah, those million mastery points on Quinn really really showing up here in the top lane. But Slim Frespa, oh, she's going to vault out of that one.
Okay, she
Okay,
really
Set
just...
going in. Face breaker, getting Leona low, building up that W bar, getting the true damage down, but it's not quite enough. Leona taunting them. Little BM in the bot lane.
I guess she has to after taking that trade.
Yeah. And, okay, Slim Frespa just going to vault out of that one again. That seems to be the trading pattern here. Mordekaiser gets the pull. Quinn vaults out. Set looks like he might be going on a bit of a journey. The Trundle is hovering around mid, maybe saying, Seraphine, not that mobile, maybe we can get a kill. There's a pillar and a stun between the two of them.
Yeah, maybe he's just deciding where to gate. Oh, looks like he's choosing bot lane.
Yep, and here comes another gank on top lane. Eco from the Jarvan is good. Ignite goes down onto the Mordekaiser, and he's going to turn and burn underneath the turret. Now, it looks like they're going in. The Trundle is here. Pillar goes down. Flash. Ignite goes down to Misfortune, but not too much damage on her yet. They're turning on to the Set, but he has the W, but he's stunned and cannot get it off. So he goes down. Good gank, good engage from the side of Tsui with the Flash root. Really bold, especially when you're that low on health, because there's always the possibility that they could have maybe burst you down. Oh, yeah, I'm so dumb.
Huh.
I forgot to do the scoreboard, and I forgot to zoom out. Thank you, Chatter, for reminding me. Thank you, Mr. L. Brigina. Or
10 out of
Mrs.
10.
Or person. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we see, top lane is, they've invested time up there with Potatoes. They're, early game Quinn with the Ignite, 2 kills on the Mordekaiser. That's exactly what they needed to do here. But I do like the fact that even with their scaling comp, the side of Sublime Felines has responded with the play in the bot lane. Thrasher roaming with the jungler here. As Misfortune's just farming bot, letting her get that solo experience is going to be pretty valuable for maybe helping their bot lane come back in the game, keeping them even, although it does mean that Set is going to be down a level.
Yeah, for sure. Tristan and Leona, they didn't fully push in the wave, so I think I was looking to freeze it around that point.
Yeah. And, good trading, good CSing from the Mordekaiser, despite being, 2 kills down. He's still getting his waves.
Up.
But a little scary in that lane. Seraphine pushing in the mid Viego, a little bit, but low on mana. Can we get this wave into the turret and back off?
I was a little worried about her, being but I guess she's poked in Viego out enough that he can't engage on her.
Well, I think it's hard there for Viego to engage just because the minions, if he's standing well in the minion wave, and his only real engage is his W, for himself at least, until he gets his ult.
Yeah.
St. Roselle putting out a good phrase breaker from Set, saving Misfortune.
Feels minions, man.
Feels minions. Oh, Hex flashing into the other bush. I like the look. I don't know if they heard it. Set says, I'm a beefy boy, though. And Tsuroi doesn't want any of this, just stuns him, but he's going to go in, getting the facebreaker true damage off, but he's rooted back in return. Bomb goes down, ticking. Nothing's going to happen. We're just going to chill. Quinn's going to go for some more poke, get a word down, pushing her advantage in this top lane. Seems like she's pushed Mordekaiser off of some more CS, so well done on her, using that lead that she's got. And Trundle is again...
Okay, the lane gank!
I like it.
I shouldn't... Wait. Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you can go, like...
Yeah, he could've.
Yeah, you can go all the way around. And it's hard because Tristana basically has to push because of her passive.
Oh, why didn't he... Okay, I guess he said, never mind, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I said they're too far into turret, they could just run back there. I need to go farm my camps. Or maybe they're setting up for this dragon. Jarvan is in the area to possibly contest. Or are they looking for Jarvan himself? They are going aggressive, going to be spotted out by Ward there. I'm going to take it out. C9 Vulcan, getting the vision control. It's his instincts as the Cloud9 support.
The analysts are doing great work.
Yeah. And it really actually impressive from Breezified down here. Up in CS, despite all the pressure that has been thrown at the bot lane for the side of Sublime Felines. And now, actually, Rising Tide Seagles are going to get the dragon, while Calms is farming his top side.
Oh no. Yeah. It looked like you know, they did a good job of making sure there was some vision. Well, no, a lot of vision actually, and tracking where Combs was before committing. But it looks like Combs is gonna go for the Rift Herald trade.
Yeah, but I do expect him to probably get this unless Jarvan starts moving pretty soon. But it looks like Jarvan is looking mid. Diego kind of sniffing that out, saying, "I don't want this," and there's just some more farming going on bot lane. Set camping in a bush as he does, going in with the ult, immediately flashed out from Vulcan. Really, really good flash there. Trundle getting help from the Mordekaiser, Zen and Poison to just secure that objective. The pressure but bot lane. Ult goes down to the set. Tons of true damage goes down, and Leona dies.
Oh my god, that face breaker is just insane.
Yeah, the true damage on that center core is really strong. Oh! Mordekaiser has shut down the Quinn. This is a huge turn. Well, I mean, it's a trade because the Sat got a kill on Leona, which was your lane that was ahead. But your Mordekaiser just got shut down gold from the Quinn, who was where they spent all of their jungle time early. And maybe this matchup changes now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was a sick Trundle pillar that came out actually that slowed Quinn pretty significantly, and I think shifted her E into the wall or something.
A good pillar on the Seraphine as well. She flashes that, but Trundle Q does so much damage. Trundle definitely uses ult there. She gets stunned, uses the ult, but Diego gets the reset and is going to be able to take down her turret. But he might die to the turret anyway. No, the W saves him. Really good use of the Seraphine W from the Viego there. But Quinn doesn't want to let him get away. Going in, getting the proc on the Trundle, igniting him. He's going to go down, and Quinn gets the trade back.
Wow.
Yeah?
So many plays coming out.
And that,
bloodthirsty.
Oh, Vulcan deciding he wants to stay for the farm, even though the Quinn proc probably one-shot him. A little bit scary, but looks like the Quinn isn't going to go for it. He's just going to be able to farm this up under his turret.
Yeah, he said, I'm not giving up my wave. I don't care if Quinn's here.
Yeah, it sounds like my mid laner.
Sounds like me.
For sure. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Do you have any idea what the stats are? Or can you pull those up? Because if I alt tab, the screen goes bad. Can you look up what Mordekaiser into Quinn stats are? Like, did they intentionally pick Mordekaiser because it's good into Quinn? Or did they pick it because they wanted it for the team?
Let's find out as I do a spooky dooky search.
You'll love to see it. Quinn eat into the edge of the death realm. I'm pretty sure, says Vertzia. Thank you very much. You know, we're only humble mortals. Our eyes cannot see everything.
Ah, thank you. Well, yeah.
Oh, jungler disconnected as Trundle. Okay, jungle DC, and now they're saying they're ready again. So we're probably gonna get right back into it. Trundle did just find a good pillar onto Seraphine. She W'd, is looking to get out, but Trundle has that speed up, is bonking it. So we are going to see what happens. He does not have ult, neither does she. Doesn't have flash, while Trundle does have flash, so this will be interesting to watch. Autoing her down, gets rooted, going for the blast cone. Okay. Gets out with the blast cone. You'll love to see it. And Vulcan and Zen and Poison are moving really well with Combs here.
Oh, yeah.
Jarvan talking about their bad internet in the chat. Quinn looking for an invade, but I don't think they want this. The Trundle pillar placement is really good, but Jarvan comes in and ults them. It's going really low, but Quinn dies in the death realm. Seraphine comes in, and oh, it's...
well, that's what we've been talking about, right? The Mordekaiser, the Viego...
Oh, and the Viego's going to get Seraphine here as well, but Trundle dies taking the turret for it, as in bot lane, they kill the support Leona yet again. That true damage from the set is just too much for Leona to deal with, as a lot of her tankiness does come from her W.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Ooh. Ooh. This is my first time doing play by play, by the way. I just wanted to try.
Oh.
It. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing great.
I'm trying. But yeah, it's
Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries alike.
I like to say guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Oh,
that's
sure.
my phrase.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Thomas Sanders themselves.
Yeah. Okay, probably time expiring on that Rift Herald as they get summoned by the tier 2 of mid lane. They're going to look to be able to get this through mid, but it's going to draw all sorts of attention to mid. Both supports seemingly roaming up. Vulcan trying to get the wave in. They're letting it get a hit on it, but they look to be engaging. Trundle Pillar stunning the Jarvan. He misses his EQ out, so he flashes. Seraphine ult going down. Facebreaker stunning up the Trundle. He's going to fall, but Leona goes in, and they don't have the damage maybe without the Trundle unless Viego can pop off here, and the... you hate to see the Rift Herald just die for that, and it looks like the Drake is going to go over to the side of Rising Tide Seagles.
Yeah. So to answer your question from before,
yeah,
Quinn is supposed to win the matchup 59.1% of the time.
Oh, flashing under turret doesn't quite get it. Heal saving the Tristana there. Flash heal coming out, really good reaction. You know, maybe they were window shopping a little bit. But, you know, they had the reaction time to get out, flash, heal, and survive that engage from the Misfortune. And, you know, good luck from the Misfortune. That Q plus the Love Tap passive can be a lot of burst damage against someone that low, so good luck on both sides. But neither ADCs have flash now, so I'm expecting some jungle attention to be paid towards that bottom lane.
Oh, yeah. Especially from, she's, you know, she's fast, but she doesn't have any, like, dashes or jumps or anything like that like Tristana does. So.
For sure. And something I do want to point out is that we did have the conversation that yes, so I would say currently Rising Tide Seagles are ahead, but on the scaling conversation there's a 3-0 Viego in the mid lane. That's a little scary to me personally. You know, Tristana 30 CS behind, got shutdowns on both your support and AD carry, so good job. But also Misfortune opting to go the Duskblade route, so even further going the early game, which is probably what I'm guessing the side, the chatters were saying about the tempo from the side of Rising Tide Seagles. They're looking to take that early game lead and strangle you with it, but I think Sublime Felines are doing a good job fighting back.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to reach the 15-minute mark here, you know? So, time's ticking away, as Oriana would say. As
Viego jumps into the Seraphine, Jarvan's looking, gets ulted on. Viego is out preemptively, but is going to get charmed up by the Seraphine ult. Jarvan maybe look, but as Fake Razor goes down and gets Tristana, and Viego dies in the mid lane, oh, it's not looking good, and the EQ hits with the smite. And that is a full damage Seraphine, folks, putting out more than you expect. Really good start using the Everfrost to try and barely tag the Viego. Viego using everything he had to try and get out, but ending up having to fall. And another set W Misfortune ult combo killing the Tristana in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, in that mid lane fight, it was looking, you know, really good for Rising Tides, and then suddenly it was looking really bad because Trundle came, but then it looked really, really bad for Sublime Felines when Seraphine got hit off that really beautiful hole.
Yeah, and I think it's probably partially that I don't know how many people often play against him in Seraphine. She is going the damage route with the Everfrost. Everfrost, a really high gold value item as well. I believe it was buffed a couple of patches ago at this point. Actually, probably 5 patches ago at this point, but still. High gold value on that item, and Mage Mythics were reduced in their price, right? So she gets that earlier. You know, Viego has his Bork, but does not have the Mythic yet. Probably going to be building towards that Sunderer, as we expect. And also, we see another sign of respect from the Seraphine, building the QSS, first to pay the Mordekaiser tax.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, if she gets hit by that Death Realm, it's going to be pretty dangerous for her.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Jarvan can probably handle his own in the Death Realm. Misfortune, I would hope, would pay the tax at some point. Set maybe doesn't have to. Quinn maybe can figure it out on their own, but yeah. And the next dragon, which I'm expecting to be heavily contested for the side of Sublime Feline Esports, is coming up in the next minute. So I'm expecting Vision. Oh, as they dive into the bot lane, but Gagey just jumps out. Jarvan went over with the blast line.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Look at him go. But it's looking here they're trading it for Herald.
And this might not even be a trade. It doesn't spawn for another 56 seconds. They're saying, you know what? You can have the vision set up. We're going to take the Herald, and then we can use that on your mid tower. And we're going to force you to make a choice if you want to be there for the dragon spawn or if you want your mid tower.
Yeah, fair enough. That is true.
Or it looks like they're just taking it top and saying, we're going to give you a third Drake. So they're making the calculation. Oh, but Set is engaging. Nope, he doesn't want it.
I guess they were looking for a pick before, Dragon Spawn to give them the best setup, but I don't know, their vision coverage is kind of insane and is around Dragon, it's lit up like a Christmas tree over here.
Yeah, and this is kind of the opposite of what we were expecting. We were expecting the side of Sublime Felines to have a little bit better vision control because of Tisui being so high on that graph, but really getting outcompeted by just the sheer amount of tanks and sweeping that's being done for the side of Rising Tide Seagles. Quinn going after the Herald in the top lane. Mordekaiser backing. Might make his way to drag. Quinn opts not to stop the Mordekaiser's back, and now it actually looks like somehow Sublime Felines has the inside track to drag pit.
Oh my. When you have that much vision coverage, this shouldn't happen. You should be chased out of your...
Mordekaiser instantly getting engaged on, though. Face broken, ulted in. He ults. Who's he in the death room? I can't tell. Trundle's super low, though. Everyone getting low, but if the Viego can just get a reset. Oh, but there's miscoordination. Went back in. Jarvan dies, but the side of Sublime Felines are just too low to contest this drag. Oh, and Viego might get caught out by the Seraphine here. Phrase I never thought I'd say. Quinn is looking. Yep. W goes down, roots him, and that is a full damage Seraphine. Quinn with the insane vault!
The vault! Wow.
Wow. That is, that's what 1 million mastery points on the Quinn gets you there, folks. Slim Freusa, ban this person's Quinn. Just ban it next time.
Yeah, if I was the Blind Felines, I would be thinking to get the Seraphine and the Quinn. For sure.
I think they've had some good looks on the Seraphine. I don't know if they would need to ban that because they did exploit it like you should early game. But I do think it empowers their comp really, really well. And I would... well, I don't know who would build it. I don't want Viego to build a... what's it called? The Shield Reaver item. Serpent's Fang.
Yeah.
Because I think it is a good item as... They trade spots with the Blast Cone. Bomb going down, Tristana going really low. A whiff of the ult from the Leona, but stunning up the set as the Auditors are putting down Misfortune ults, and it takes Gage super low. EQ from the Jarvan gets her as they trade back to Misfortune on the other side. But now Jarvan might be in trouble. Gets ulted by the Mordekaiser. He QSS'd it.
Made the tax too.
Set ults, I think, to get the Leona out of there. And but Jarvan might not be out of here. Doesn't get hit by the stun from Viego. Might have EQ. Good Trundle Pillar gets pulled back. Oh, barely hits the EQ, and he kills the Leona. But they're not done. They're going to chase it. They're going to get the reset. They're going to go further under turret. EQ from the Viego as he's going to ult again, but a good face breaker from the set as he goes down. Another reset going to come out, but charmed up by the Seraphine. Certainly going to go down under these turret, but the Seraphine might be in danger too. Taking the turret, Mordekaiser burning, and he's going to fall as well. Can the Seraphine get the Trundle? I don't think so. This is probably the end of the engagement.
What the heck just happened? I swear we had like a full minute of fighting.
Yeah, that was a really long play. I mean, I think that the side of Sublime Felines saw a good look on to some mispositioning perhaps from the bot lane of Rising Tide Seagles, but Quinn's going to go in now and is going to take Gage super low.
The mini hop is enough.
Yeah, and this Tristana is just hurting. The burst damage from the Misfortune and the Quinn is just too high for her to get her bomb damage off that she wants to.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, like, you see what's happening in these fights. They're just layering, like, engage after engage. Like, once you're, trapped in that Jarvan ult, then the Seraphine's just immediately, like, laying down her ult, and then MF's just shooting her ult out. It's super tough.
Yeah, it's a strong combo as Quinn's going to contest this red buff here, so you're not going to want to let him have it. Combs saying, hey, what are you doing? Hey! And maybe going to try to let it reset. Smites it away. Seraphine misses the Everfrost. Gets pulled in by the Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser says, I don't want that. Leona ult goes down. TP coming in from the Viego, but she gets taken super low and ends up dying for it. Now it's a 4v5, but they still want it. Pullback misses. He gets ulted back into the team, and Jarvan ults, and they're going super low. Viego has no one to ult. They're not low enough yet. Tries to ult over the wall. He's exhausted, but I think the Jarvan's going to be able to find him. Seraphine ult goes wide, but they're just going to be able to chase this one down, and that is a clean 4-0, and they're going to look to pick up the Baron.
Yeah, it's looking super rough. There's like a 10.2k gold lead by this point. You gotta really look for some miracle plays here, I think.
Yeah, and for the chat, these teams are Sublime Feline Esports and Rising Tide Seagles. I cannot change the stream title because we are low budget and I can't afford that.
Yeah, so we're poor out here. You know, so.
Yeah, and now, okay, how could Sublime Felines get back into this?
You know, I think they really have to go for like a pick, to be honest. Like, you know, shutting down Seraphine would be great. I mean, there's a lot of bounties, right, to be collected, for sure. Collecting CS. Honestly, just stalling out this game rate as much as they can. But unfortunately, Rising Tide has quite the tempo, and with Baron, the 4th drag spawning up, this is going to be really, really hard to contest for them.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, and something that I wanted to point out is that Slim Fresa has done a really good job actually neutralizing the TP difference with the use of the Quinn ult. So, saying, okay, yeah, you have TP, but I can run from top to drag in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, look at her go! Look at her go!
And speak of the devil.
Oh my god.
Here they come. Mordekaiser pulling in and ulting, getting Breezified super low. They might be able to get the misfortune, but misses the Q. Does get it, comes out, dodging the Seraphine ult, a 3-man pullback. This is looking really good. This is exactly what they need. Jarvan ult goes down. It's good, but Viego's gotten the reset. He ults down on Jarvan, can't get him quite yet. Burning, as he goes down as well. But now it's just Slim Fresa and Thrasher versus the world, and I don't think they want this, but Sioy getting kited, flashes in, but you don't want that! Now it's a 2v3, and they're going to look to go pick up that Baron, but I don't think the Quinn is going to want to let them, and the set is coming right back up to support them. Pulling back the Scuttle, maybe burning that down. We will see. Quinn on the backside, Trundle saying, hey, I've got a pillar with your name on it. Getting pulled back, getting Trundle. Great jump from the Tristana. Super good kiting from Gitchigasi to jump that wall, dodge the Quinn's range, and get some damage back onto her. And the Dragon goes to Sublime Felines, and that is exactly what you need to see. An absolute hero play from the side of Zen and Poison. Getting the MF, getting the 3-man pull. A little bit sloppy on the back end of the fight with the execution, but overall, very well played.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about earlier. Miracle play, right? Mm-hmm. There it is. You just, you, like... Did they ace it?
No. They got 3.
They got 3 for 2. Okay, yeah, they got 3 and they got a dragon. So, I mean, that's some nice gold. You take away the soul from them, which, it's an Inferno soul, so you definitely don't want to give that to them, especially with that MF building lethality out there and the Quinn, also putting that damage.
Got the Lord Doms
now.
General. It's not pure lethality anymore, but yeah, absolutely going to be pretty scary. Mythics across the board now. Diego's building towards that Sterex. Trundle seems to be building towards what I'm expecting to be a Thornmail, saying, I don't care about Seraphine damage. Tabby's coming out across the board for the side of Sublime Feline, so they're just saying, we don't care about Seraphine. Oh, as they engage on the set here, but set with a good face breaker. W from Tristana set, ulting Vulcan out, getting the W down, getting a lot of damage, but Viego gets the reset. A great ult from the Seraphine, and Viego's going to fall here. Combs has to flash out and is going to die to the Quinn.
Oh man, it looks so good with that set pick. Like, that's they need the picks, but yes, unfortunately Seraphine and Quinn were arrived at the right time.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser coming in on the back end, just gonna die. Don't know if that's the fight you want, and I think Rising Tide Esports are gonna look to end the game.
Oh yeah, I think they definitely could. 3 are dead. It's just on a Leona. You have like 4 members of your team up with a good wave pushing in.
It's looking a
Let's see.
rough. Leonel goes down. Good 4-man Leonel.
Nice.
She's activated Aftershock, but she's going to get absolutely melted by the double 80 carries on the side of Rising Tide of Seagles. And now Jarvan ults in underneath turret, but it gets ulted by the Trundle and made squishy. Tristana Bomb going to go away. This is where that Serpent's Fang would have come in handy. Don't know who would have built it, though. And Quinn going to say, no, I can fight this Trundle. And Trundle going to be like, ah!
Okay, well, you know, that Leona ult, good enough to stall and her death, so game's not quite over yet.
Yep, Suyoi bravely giving themselves so that their team may live another few minutes until the next drag comes up. Or Baron in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Verzia in the chat with, I believe Rising Tide has the lowest average game time of all teams. Looking at this, that certainly seems to be true, but I would also like to commend the side of Sublime Felines for holding on. Because I do think that Rising Tide have done a great job trying to press their tempo advantage, but I also think that Sublime Felines have done a great job holding it on and responding.
Oh yeah, no, totally agree, because, you know, we were talking about, like, early mid-game, especially, you know, for Rising Tides, we expect, you know, to be better for them, and it seemed pretty even for a good chunk of the early game, so, you know, really big kudos to Sublime Felines for being able to, you know, hold on to that. Oh.
Yep, and Quinn gonna catch out the Leona here of all people, and she just gets absolutely melted. I guess the last Whisper is enough to negate the armor for the side of the Leona, and she's just hurting.
Yeah, well, Emma's also quite ahead, so it's gonna pack a punch.
That is also quite true, and they have armor 10, both 80 carries.
Oh my gosh.
Is in trouble, and that is just both 80 carries going too hard. But, again, we've got a hero play coming out from Zen and Poison. Gonna get the Quinn, gonna come out, getting all burned down. Doesn't have any backup from their team. I don't know if it would have mattered anyway. And now, it's 3 for 1. And, you know, Quinn's gonna say, Worth, good death. Good death.
I know, that's crazy. She dove, like, into the enemy team to kill Tristana.
Yeah, the Tristana, I mean, between the Quinn passive, the MF passive, and the MFQ, it's just like goodbye health bar.
Yeah, super painful.
And they're going to say, alright, now we're getting ready for Soul. Looks like they might reset, or just MF is going to reset, and the rest of them are going to go. Misfortune just picking up that Infinity Edge. So now she definitely does have crit, and that crit is going to hurt.
She's packing a punch, that's for sure. I feel bad for Tristana.
Well, I think she's packing pistols, Set's packing the punches.
Ah, that's true. That's true. You got me there. You got me there.
Yeah.
But the gold lead looks like it's just widening. We're at about a 15.4k gold gap now. Oh well, you know, just increased as I was talking, but wow, it's rough. It's looking rough. You got minions pounding on the base. They got Soul Point and Baron. It looks like they're looking to end right here.
They don't have Seraphine ult. I think it did like half of Mordekaiser's health bar though. Oh, as Quinn goes in onto Viego, gets the Ignite down. Viego ulting out. Tristana going super low. Oh, but a pick coming out from Zen and Poison onto the 80 carrying the sideline, but Misfortune is able to burst him down before he can do anything about it. And now Jarvan and Seraphine are looking to push their advantage in the game as their 80 carry is super low and that tower looks undefensible. Looks like they're going to go for the top inhibitor here.
Yeah. Wow, Rizify really said, I'm going to stand my ground. You're going to die.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
They said, no, I've got the Duskblade, I've got the Collector, I'm pretty sure you die here.
Yeah, wait, she didn't even
and that freeze means that the game has ended.
Okay, is that a spectator bug, I guess?
Yeah, it's a spec bug.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure we can all put our thinking caps on and figure out who won, but post game will tell us too.
Yes. So, unsurprisingly, side of, let me just do the prediction here. Rising Tide Seagles, who had 14.6k Schmeckles bet on them against 400k Schmeckles on the side of Sublime Felines. So, you know, you're not going to make a lot of Schmeckles, but you're not going to lose them.
Oh, yeah. That is fair.
And, do these teams swap every game?
Yes, I believe. do they swap and then the lose? No, I thought the loser chooses.
Uh,
I don't know if commercial rules are different.
I'm just going to message the captain and ask what the side
Yes.
selection is.
That is fair. They would know better.
Yes. And then I can edit the scores to adjust. Just popping over to the post-game breakdown, so I don't leak all my DMs.
Oh, yes. The hidden secrets of the low-budget LCS.
Can't be. I don't know. They're asking me.
Oh. Huh. Well, I'm from executive, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm from financial. We play best of two. Like, it's just one on one side, one on the other. Okay.
I remember it's loser.
Yeah, it looks like loser is choosing. Yeah, loser is choosing for commercial.
That's what we do in exec.
They're on red again. Okay, so the sides are staying the same.
So they want the counter pick. I see.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
All right.
How about
Yeah. And a good game. Yeah, I would change the title if I could. Grim Hunter 23. Would if I could, but we don't have the funding for that. So
yeah, if you want to give us some funding for that, you're more than welcome to. But we don't. We get
make those changes until later.
Yeah. Yeah. Perhaps when the richer LBLCS staff are able to bless us with their powers and presence.
Okay,
until then,
I'm getting a special report here. Slim Fresa, the 1 million Mastery Point Quinn, is saying that their team name is pronounced Seagles.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, if you look at it like that, but there's a hyphen. I guess it stands for something.
Yeah. It probably does. We know it does. So, yeah. Great game from both teams. I thought they put up it's a sham. We riot, pay you in bits. Yeah, but I mean, hey, you signed up to be in the low budget LCS, and that's our budget. So you're just gonna have to deal with it.
We're not advertising any, right? We're pretty upfront about being low budget. So yeah, it's what you get.
It's in the name. Now, we do have them choosing to stay on the same times, same sides. In the chat, Solely Lucky saying that Sublime Felines are gonna come back. All right, I see you. I see you. Tempo in the game, tempo in the series, says Pondinator. Ooh.
So what do you think Sublime Felines need to do? Coming into game 2, where they just lost. They have what they have to do to win this next game, so they don't lose the series.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to not tilt. I've watched some of these series, and at this point, sometimes teams will just tilt into oblivion.
Oh yeah.
So
that is
no tilt. No tilt gamers. Where is Lachance? When we needed Lachance most, he vanished. I'm sure someday I will acquire the magical ability to change stream title, but for now we're just gonna have to deal with that, Grim Hunter. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Hopefully 100 years don't pass till we see Lachance, but
yeah, or even worse, 200 years of game design experience.
Yep. Just like how a certain company's small indie company, we're also a small company. Indie, some would say. I can't say.
Yeah, there's over 2 weeks of casting experience on this broadcast.
I have none.
Exactly. That's my 2 weeks.
So there you go. I don't even have any. I really just popped in here. Hi, everyone. So
I
you
will be
get to.
opening the casino after draft, solely luck. We always do post-draft predictions, give people a chance to make an educated guess as opposed to just blindly betting their hard-earned schmeckles.
Yeah, you can use your 2 brain cells for league for betting.
Mm-hmm.
What a better way.
What a better way. Yeah. And so I want to see some more proactivity from the side of Sublime Felines. They had a good scaling draft, and I think they played it pretty well. But the cohesion from the side of Seagles, it's probably Rising Seagles, out team fought them with the Seraphine ult going down the Jarvan ult. A really strong combination there. So mayhaps ban away the Quinn, and things will go better. Mayhaps ban away the Seraphine.
Yeah. Her ults were just actually cracked. Like, I feel like, it's pretty hard to deal with, too, in just team fight comps, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that it was a good adaptation from the side of Rising Tide Seagles, because the Viego and the Trundle, who were picked early, all they can really do is walk at you. And if you're a Seraphine, you're like, alright, I want it. Give it here. So, good pick in response, seeing what the enemy team wants to do and saying, oh, we can counter that. And yeah, it looked good. Alternatively, I don't know, maybe Sublime Feline Esports has... I do think that Viego mid is kind of weak. And I go back and forth personally on the Blade of the Ruin King rush on Viego because he actually does just so well with some tank stats. So having the Sunderer first, I usually go Sunderer into Sterix first. So I've got that shield pop. I've got the survivability of the Sunderer with the burst damage so that I can get that reset, because that is what the champ is about. What makes the champ good is getting the resets. It's getting your ult back. And yeah, that's,
Oh, right. He did rush the Borg.
Yeah, he rushed the Borg, which I think makes sense for lane Viego because he has reduced sustain. But I think it's just like a bad look for Viego as a champion in general. I think it works if the rest of the team is winning around your Viego and you're just saying, we just have Viego mid so we can have Viego on the team.
Yeah.
So, maybe a little bit something more. You gotta build the item. You Lincoln Log. Alright, well, I do love Lincoln Logs, so thank you for the compliment. But I disagree that you have to rush Blade of the Ruin King. Sorry about that one there, Chief. I definitely think it's a viable.
It's for the
build
lore.
path.
It's for the lore.
Yeah, you gotta build canonically. You gotta do it.
We just went through a whole event about him. So.
Oh my god, there's so many people hating on the lore event. It's.
I thought it wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Well, I think so. People who are really deep into the lore canon, which I used to be, but then they retconned so much of the lore that I just stopped keeping as much track, are like really upset because a lot of the backstory for characters that they have liked, like Yorick, Maokai, Hecarim, all these champions who are Shadow Isles champions who they want more background in because the Shadow Isles has been this kind of mysterious thing for a while, took a backseat to champions like Diana, Leona, Vayne for some reason that aren't, their lore isn't really steeped in the Ruination or the Shadow Isles. It's tangential to it because they got skins. So I think that's where a lot of the upset comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I didn't like was, like, it seemed like, you were just a super, super noob that they all picked on. So, I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to be hated by every character.
They're just preparing people for the new player experience.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess, you know, I mean, according to, you know, summers don't exist anymore. What are summoners now?
The spec link.
Oh,
Oh, they're talking about the spec link dying.
yeah, they need to resend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's blue side, so I'm expecting spec link. Okay, got that spec link. Gonna go ahead.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it's going already. Okay, let me change the source.
Oh no! I meant like it's working. Like...
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, you scared me for a minute there.
Yeah, we'll just miss half the drop off last time.
How many champions have items named after them?
I
think, is it just Viego? Tell us in the chat if you know of any other items that are named after someone.
I mean, Morellonomicon is named after.
It's named after Morello, but there's no champion Morello, right? I'm talking about like
Ezreal?
Champion items.
Oh, champion items. I was gonna say like Ezreal is named after Ezreal. Yeah. That's a good question. Now I have to like think about it.
Well, there is Seraph's Embrace. Maybe you call that Seraphine.
I don't think that's to do with Seraphine though. Because that existed way before she.
I mean, Blight of the Road King existed way before. Viego. I think it's.
Fair.
I think it's perfectly fine to say items existed before.
Okay, true. Perhaps.
You could argue Locket of the Iron Solari. Leona is
from the Iron
preeminent
Solari.
member of the Iron Solari. Before Viego. I argue Locket of the Iron Solari. Leona is
my bad. I was
from the Iron
preeminent member of the Iron Solari.
That's true.
There's no Leona Ari item.
My knowledge of items disappearing before my brain.
I'm just trying. Well, mythics are new, so I don't think there'd be anything in mythics. So I'm trying to think about legendaries. There's no Randuin's champion. There's no Warmogs. Deadman's Plate is never going to be anyone because it's someone who's unnamed. SF Sublime Felines needs their pocket pick, says Big Bad Nerd _. I want to see it. And
I want to see
bans came out right before our eyes. Looks like they banned the same stuff except for opting to ban the Misfortune instead of the Quinn. I think that's a misplay. Rising Tide Seagulls picking up the Ezreal first pick, saying this is what we want now.
Oh, okay, they're doubling down on Tristana.
Yep, they're saying, okay, we still like it. I mean, it did look good, and it is a safe AD carry into the Ezreal.
Yeah.
I like it, enabling the support to roam. I think it'll be interesting to see if their comp changes at all, or if they say execution diff. Okay, coming out with a Nautilus instead of Leona, picking that support early, so it's going to ban that, and they're going to say, no, we like set again. We're gonna do the set. Now, I do think that Ezreal doesn't have as much burst as Misfortune, especially early. So I think it's going to be a slightly less potent lane. And they're saying, oh, we loved the Jarvan pick last game, let's go.
Wait a minute. Looking a little familiar here.
Just a little bit. My name is Big Bad Nerd, and my pocket pick is Anivia. Interesting. Okay, and they're saying, we like the Trundle into this again. So, just kind of some flashbacks with 2 champion minor alterations. We do see a Seraphine ban coming out. I do like that.
Yes, I agree.
I would expect them to just ban Seraphine Quinn. That would actually be really good here. I think they're banning the Camille. They say, we don't like that. Get it out of here. Please ban the Quinn. Please ban the Quinn. Please ban the Quinn. They banned Shen.
Okay. Well, maybe they're scared. The Quinn was pretty scary.
Quinn was very scary and had some disgusting vault plays. Absolutely.
I guess they are okay, and the Mordekaiser got taken out. So.
Like that. Get it out of here.
I don't know.
Please ban the Quinn. Please ban.
Do you think they're willing? You know. they're gonna play a different. Slim is gonna play a different
Top laner?
top laner.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta, right? Now, they could have a Leona top. That way their composition... Oh, Silas coming out!
Okay, okay, I like that.
No, I wouldn't say any of the ults are super great for him to steal yet. Jarvan ult's pretty nice. Ezreal ult's okay. Don't love set ult on him. But
what if he throws Set back into his team? That'd be kind of funny.
that would be, but then you are in the middle of their team.
That is true.
Ghana coming out. Could be a set top here. Maybe we get a Trundle top, set top. You know what? I've done this in a draft before.
Well,
this could be
mid.
This could be Nautilus jungle as well.
Oh, okay.
It might be Morgana mid,
Wait,
set support.
Yeah.
If they're hovering the Garen there. Now, Morgana ult. That's a fun ult to steal, Silas.
Oh, yes. You know, he says no more cages, but then... if he takes Morgana's ult, doesn't he put I don't know, kind of hypocritical there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you live by the chains, you die by the chains, I guess. We're going to see what the last pick is going to come out, and that's probably going to solidify our idea of where the draft is going.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I'm assuming this is Trundle jungle again, but you know, who knows? You know, it could be Silas top even.
Who?
I don't know.
In fact, does know.
Volibear.
Yeah, okay, so we have no idea. Because Volibear can go jungle, Volibear can go top.
Yep. I've even seen it mid, but I don't think they play. But you know, I don't know. I truly don't know. So.
Yeah. With that being done, though, I will go ahead and open up the prediction, which is going to be the... What should I name this prediction? What's something spicy?
Something spicy?
Yeah.
All I can think about cages. I don't know.
I'm gonna say, will the Seagulls eat the Felines again?
Oh.
So.
Dang. You know, normally like cats eat birds, but you're right. Wow. When the seagulls are the predator and the cats are the prey.
Oh, and I'm changing my submission. I think the submission period last time was only 30 seconds. I'm sorry about that. I didn't see that. I'm going to make sure you guys have a good 5 minutes to put these submissions in.
Yeah. Especially with our delay, so.
Wish I could bet my schmeckles, but it is what it is.
Why can't you bet your schmeckles?
Because if I bet my schmeckles, I can't choose the outcome. It's like a thing they have in to prevent mod abuse. Which I like, personally. It just means...
No, I mean, it makes sense.
I'm babysitting everyone here, essentially.
Oh, it's okay. Who would you bet on?
I mean, after game 1... Well, actually, so here's how I bet in the low budget LCS, okay? Whoever has more schmeckles on them, I bet... So I look at the bet, and the side that has more schmeckles, I bet against that side, so I get a better return on my schmeckles if I do win. And usually what I'll try to do is I'll try to match or exceed the highest bet on the other side so that I'm getting the majority of those schmeckles.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Now, do I sometimes just end up losing all of those schmeckles? Yes. But do I sometimes get a couple thousand schmeckles from a 10 schmeckle bet? Also yes.
Hey, you know, you gotta put some in. You gotta lose some to win some. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's all in good fun. You know, so why not?
Yeah.
You know, I bet all my schmeckles when there's a poll. I really wanna. I just put them all in. I don't care.
I mean, I will say, if you go ahead and bet schmeckles on my team in financial, you'll probably win. We have lost one game all season. So.
Okay, what is your team?
Coffee House.
Hear that, everyone? Coffee House. If you want some free schmeckles,
Bet on Coffee House.
Well, if you all bet on them, and they win, you wouldn't get that much.
No, but our teammates are definitely going to bet against us. I mean, not our teammates.
I was gonna say, I was like, well, I mean, I for fun.
Our
For fun.
our enemies will be doing the betting against
All I know
us.
is you better be betting for my. Well, I don't even know if we're doing stream, but if we are, but then you might. I guess you're moderating tomorrow.
I'm not streaming tomorrow. We've got a stream.
Oh.
So.
Oh, okay. Well, if there is a stream for my team, yeah, bet some schmeckles on my team, maybe.
If there is a stream, I absolutely will.
Yeah, I've been practicing jungle because I'm forced to, or else I feel bad. So, yeah.
There you go. What's your pocket jungle pick? What's your...
Oh,
because there's a lot of stuff that's been like buffed to be like off.
Hey.
No, I'm not talking about like your secrets, like what you're actually gonna pull out. I'm talking like what is your like secret dark technology pick that you pull when you're really feeling it?
Okay, when I'm really, really feeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna call me disgusting, but
Okay.
honestly, I'm a Twitch abuser.
Oh, disgusting!
I know. See, I mean, okay, he's a stinky rat. I mean, carry. I love AD carry. He's a stinky rat. I know I said that already, but I'll say it again. And so I just, I love level 2 ganking. Like, it's so abusive as Twitch. Like, people know, but then they don't expect how fast you get there. And it's like, oh fuck, he's here, and then you're dead. So, yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Ryoklu Twitch abuser.
That's not to say any Twitch staff employee I abuse this platform. Don't ban me.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. I don't know. I play so many picks in the jungle. It's hard to think. My favorite pocket pick jungle is Cho'Gath. I love me some Cho'Gath jungle.
Oh my god, I hate I hate going. I don't know. I played like a ranking the other day, and I had a Cho'Gath on my team. He was unkillable. Like, he literally 1v5'd and killed 3 people, and the other 2 were running away from him. I was like, what am I looking at? This is actually illegal.
Yeah.
And then Fountain killed somebody and walked out. I just didn't know what to say. It was just something.
Yeah, it's between. I think for me, it's between that and Mordekaiser jungle. I also really like Mordekaiser jungle. It's a good time. But my team won't let me play those because they think they're bad or something. I don't know. Well, we are going to get into the spectator delay here, folks. So thank you for joining us again. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, I would like to remind you, this is Commercial League quarterfinals, but this is not actual Apes versus Nat 20 Druids. This is Rising Seagles versus Sublime Feline Esports. Now, actually, I realize I do actually have one more graphic that we can go ahead and talk about, and that graphic is the bracket. So I have the commercial brackets here. We can see the quarterfinals matchup. Rising Tide S-Eagles, they're the 2nd seed versus the Sublime Felines, who are looking to upset in this game too after their close game in game... Well, it was close to a point, but I think they played it well. They will be going up against the winner of the actual Apes versus the Nat 20 Druids, which I believe, yes, it was actual Apes because I casted that. So, 11th seed upsetting the 3rd seed was a pretty fun match.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that must have been really great to watch, actually.
Yeah, I have heard from some of the actual Apes members that they believe pretty heavily in Sublime Felines.
Okay.
So...
animals supporting animals.
Animals support animals.
Primates support... Well, mammals supporting mammals. There we go.
Mammals support mammals. Absolutely. So we'll see if they can bring that here to fruition in Game 2, or if their hopes will be crushed out of the commercial playoffs bracket. There are only 4 teams that will proceed to the next round, so clinching that spot, it's not going to be easy.
Who was first seed? Was it
first seed is Sensei Randall's Intermediate Karate Squadron.
Yes, as expected. I used to be I used to be a part of that team.
Oh,
actually.
Really?
Yeah, they used to play an executive. I won season 3 with them.
Well, but there's multiple Sensei Randalls, right?
Yeah, there are now, but like before it was like dominantly like an executive team, and then the main team wanted to play in commercial, and then there were just split off portions of the org.
So what was who was in the team?
The team I was on, we had Old No Name.
Okay. Mr. The purveyor of the LeChance Licks Toes theory.
Yes. We had my carry was N7 Shepherd, who now plays in CEO. It was the rules were definitely different.
So he plays on Performance Unenhanced Ducks or the other Sensei Randalls. The other Sensei
Randalls. Yeah.
Yes.
So
now,
I
what is the so they're just Sensei Randall's Intermediate Karate Squadron. They're not like Sensei Randall's Intermediate Karate Squadron Black or Sensei Randall's Intermediate Karate Squadron Cyan helicopters.
Black, I think, is CEO.
Yeah, Black is CEO. Well, I'm just saying they don't have any kind of additional moniker like Magenta Marauders.
Then it'd be the original team, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whichever one has Old No Name on it. So, he do be the owner.
Ah, I see. Now, I have asked this burning question before. I've never gotten an answer. Who is Sensei Randall?
I couldn't answer that question myself, even though I was part of the team. Oh, you'll have to ask Old No Name on that one, but I don't think you'll ever get an answer.
Alright, well, I will hunt them down, and I will find out for everyone.
Could be a dojo secret.
Could, in fact, be a dojo secret. We are getting into the game here. Game 2 of Rising Seagulls versus Sublime Feline Esports. Sublime Feline's looking to tie up the series and go for that reverse sweep. Rising Seagulls looking to say, you're done, you're out. Get out of my commercial playoffs. So it should be a banger as these teams are fighting for their lives. Now, something I don't think we commented on, it is the Trundle Jungle and the Volibear top. Looks like we're going to have a reverse of what happened last time. All 5 are going to go top for the side of Sublime Felines, and all 5 are going to go bot, except for Garen, who takes a break.
He's chat. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, they're going to get through bot, but oh, I see. Okay.
It is a parallel 5-man invade. They're not going to find anything.
Well, this is a little awkward.
Got some trundle dancing in the bush. Nautilus is going to go for a bit of a swim.
I love swimming in bushes. That's my favorite pastime.
I like Wukong's dance because how much he moves in it, you can just go into the walls.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty neat. Wait, he just hooked the wall. Oh.
Interesting. Now it looks like they are backing. I think this is a little late. They might just look to take the buff.
Yeah, it looks like they are.
Could force it into a vertical jungle situation unless they read out the invade here.
Okay.
And it looks like they are pinging it. Question mark pings coming out. Lots of stuff happening topside. Garen going for the flank on the buff. They might just engage on him, and they do. Snow poisoning is hitting him. He cues away. Trundle hasn't started his camp yet, so they're just going to commit for this. Dashes in, but he doesn't have his chains, and now Trundle looks like he's going to go start his red side, and it's going to be pretty significantly behind the Jarvan.
Yeah, I'm not... I guess they were trying to look for a pick, but that was super, super risky.
Yeah, the only CC you could have maybe had was a Volibear Q, but it looks like he didn't have it. Probably started W.
Yes, he did start W.
Yeah, so you just don't have that. I think we're getting a little bit of a trade there.
And Garen kind of start leashless.
Yeah, although Trundle's pretty healthy.
That's true.
In terms of his clear, and his Q helps in terms of that. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it steals AD from monsters. I think it does. Oh, Facebreaker going down. Actually, wait, which ability is... Oh, it's Facebreaker and Haymaker. Oh, but he gets hooked out of the cone. Ezreal going in, getting a lot of hook down to the Tristana. They hit level 2 first, so they're going to be able to kite this one out. It's... Oh, okay.
Oh,
Ezreal a little scary. Oh!
Yeah,
Dude's a sniper. All right.
Yeah. Be careful about sitting in that little small area in the... between the turret and the wall. It's just so easy to get hit there, especially for Nautilus. Like, you're a chonker.
And I will reiterate for the chat, this is not actual apes versus Nat 20 druids. This is not that match. This is Rising Seagulls versus Sublime Feline.
We're trying our best, guys.
Listen, I asked LeChance to change it. He can't. He's got something to do, okay?
Our hands are tied.
Yeah, I'm doing this whole stream with my hands tied behind my back.
You're being held prisoner.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone wants to come help us before we're silenced, you know.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by ice and powdery cold stuff. You might say I'm a snow prisoner.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly over here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to set up the game again. Scoreboard, chat, objective timers, no time controls, and Control-Shift-Z. Get that little bit of zoom out. Alrighty. So, Jarvan, again, not going for as aggressive of a gank, or maybe not getting it off, as we were talking about other things. He's going to look mid here. Morgana misses binding. Silas decides to go in, but Jarvan is here. Trundle is here on the other side, though, and he's going to pillar. Jarvan does not have EQ for now. Going to get a little bit bonked, but it's just going to be able to walk out of that one.
Morgana E. She is now, though.
Yeah, and the Silas is going to utilize that, but she does manage to bind. Silas is also Facebreaker.
Oh, jeez. Oh!
This...
Oh, that was so close.
Oh! Ignite gets him! Barely. The Trundle was not able to get there in time.
Here we go. Wow, this is a really tight space.
Yeah, mid. It wants us to see the mid lane. Ignite goes down on its side. Silas flashes out, says, "Oh, shit! The puddle, it's so low." But the auto attack flash, and now in the top lane, Garen got out of that.
Wow.
Really tragic for Sublime Felines.
That is. It looked like it was going great, and then, you know, the Seagles turned the foot. Turn the other foot. I don't know. What is English? What are phrases?
What is English? I agree. Okay, Jarvan here, sweeping up. Gonna start up the drag here now. He's only level 4. You're gonna get punished for this. Making the read. Trundle is on top side there. Although, if bot lane rotated up, they could pretty...
Yeah, it's really interesting. They have no prio in mid or bot, but he's like, I'm gonna go for this dragon anyway.
And he doesn't have any help. You see him spam pinging. Well, not spam pinging, but he's like, help me. He's getting pretty low. If Nautilus spots him here, Nautilus...
yeah, but it's...
Wait, no, Nautilus sees something. He sees a set, but not enough to stop it. The diver watches as the dragon falls. And
is he
gonna go a little aggressive at taking out that pink ward. You don't have prio, buddy, but I guess it works out for you.
I would be scared to be Nautilus in that situation. And as we predicted, Volley is walking up.
And Jarvan has DC'd again. We're probably going to get a pause here.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it comes out.
Yep, and chat insta catches up. Jungle to C. Sorry, fix now. RRR. And the game will be unpaused. And we're on the little customary extra bonus pause that we get as a spectator bug. Gotta love it. Gotta see it. And we've got about 1,400 goldie already from the side of Rising Seagulls.
Oh yeah. You would think Riot would have fixed this especially spectator bug, but here we are.
I was listening. So I have a pretty long commute home from work, and I was listening to... There's an audio-only broadcast for League, right? Yeah, League Day. Perfect. And I was listening to it, and one of the caster's clients was crashing on repeat.
That's not so good.
Oh, Seth going in with a Space Breaker, gonna hit him. Trying to build up the passive for the Haymaker, doesn't quite get it. And that is one way to deal with him. Instead of, you know, trying to fight him when he all-ins you, just don't do damage to him and try and walk away, and that way he doesn't get that big fat true damage W.
Jarvan is ganking from the side lane? Are they looking for die? Oh, I guess for the wave to push back. Okay.
Yeah, the wave is going to bounce here, and then they're going to look to face break and then Jarvan EQ, and it's not going to be pretty.
Oh, no.
Can they sniff this one out?
I don't... I mean, they know sets there, right?
Well, they've got Trundle here. Okay, EQ hits, Facebreaker hits, Tristana dies midair, and then Nautilus dies before the Trundle can even get there. Meanwhile, in top lane, Venom Poison almost kills the Garen. Looking for that hero play, having picked up the Dark Seal, going for that sort of AP volley bear.
Oh
look.
my. Okay, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Go ahead.
Morgana goes top. Binding lands, running in, but gets not quite getting that shield and a good Morgana TP.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about Sushi. Like, they see the opportunity. Like, I've noticed, like, Sushi's rotating, like, really well in general. Like, game one, just there at the right time. Pretty insane.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I was gonna say AP Volibear. Oh, I have deep-seated hatred for that.
Yeah, how come?
I used to have a teammate that would only play AP Volibear, like only, and they would like refuse to play anything else or around the team. So I associate that.
Oh, three-man gang coming here on mid. Black Shield goes down. You're immune to spells, but not to the pillar. Great ult, but it's not going to be enough. Shut down onto the Morgana. Meanwhile, the duel's going on in top lane. Garen spins to win on the Volibear, who is 2 levels down, but Volibear don't care. He's going to go in, and it looks like he's going to try and disengage. But, oh, okay. 2 levels down on the bear. He must have missed a lot of farm. And no ult. Yep. As that comes down. Oh, it's so close, but the EQR from Jarvan is enough burst to kill that bear before it can kill the Garen.
Wow. You know, considering Volibear was like like behind in levels, behind in CS.
Oh, but
like,
hang on. Set's going to be in some trouble here. He gets on a good facebreaker. Ulti to try and get, and flash out of the wall. Nautilus hooks to try and hit, but Ezreal ult is going to do some damage. Not going to be able to walk away. Really well played by the set there.
Oh, yeah.
Morgana looking for something on the back end, but she doesn't want this. She does immune it. Has to flash the hook. Trundle says, "Are we going, guys?" And they say no.
Wow.
Oh, getting rooted by the Morgana, getting ticked by the black pool, but not quite yet. Morgana does not have her ignite, does not have her flash. But Silas is going to be bullied out of the mid lane here. Oh, unless you can't spell shield the Trundle pillar, but you don't have enough damage to do this. Although Volibear coming down from the top side. Q is running at her. Oh, canceling an auto, and Silas gets the kill. You know, I do actually like that, feeding the Silas. I know Volibear committed a lot, I know Trundle committed a lot, but I like seeing the Silas. And this Trundle is being very proactive in terms of where he is looking. He is sacrificing CS to try and build these leads, and I like that look. I do still think that Rising Seagulls are playing a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure, but yeah, I mean, that was a great pick on Sushi. Like, you know, Silas baiting that out, not knowing, well, he knew, like, Sushi's third flash.
Yeah.
And went for the play.
We got some more dueling coming in topside as Jarvan is looking bot. This,
oh my God.
This Potatoes has been playing very well. Goes for the in, proccing it, but Facebreaker and just bursting the Tristana down. You can't escape as they sit inside Cataclysm and just have a little bit of a party. Meanwhile, Volibear ulting down in top lane, doesn't do too much damage, getting ulted turned by the Garen, and I don't think you win this one anymore. I know you do a lot of damage, but you are 0-4 and you have no major items completed. And,
yeah.
Now going for the tank build.
Yeah, a level gap as well is hurting.
Yeah, and Rising Tide Seagulls just going to go ahead and pick up this second dragon here, and it looks like they are on track to repeat game 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're really taking advantage of their leads here, it seems. I mean, there's like, wow, look at that. They all got 2 kills except Set. Feels bad.
Good look, but a good respect flash from the Garen saying, nope, not going to get Nautilus hooked today. Good Nautilus roams saying we picked the Tristana so we could have some safety. I'm going to go try and impact the rest of the map. But Set got the memo and is looking to match.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, though, like, despite Rising Eagles, you know, really taking control of this game, I really like that Sublime Felines aren't giving up. Like, they're still making proactive plays.
Set is going into 3 of them as Silas steals the Set ult, and he's just going to get Trundle ulted and absolutely chomped.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like, straight up misplay. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, despite how it looks early, like, they're still chugging along, so Sublime Philine's aren't giving up.
Yeah.
And
The Herald here, but he's going to get bursted down by the Jarvan, and he dies to the pool. Gets settled, backed in by the Silas, and they're going to look to CC him with all they've got. They've got Nautilus. He's ticking. He's united. He goes down. Morgana getting the double ult on both of them. Pool is burning them down, but Silas has a lot of healing. It looks like... Can she get the auto on him? No! Silas stuns her up and manages to get it, but he might die to the pool. He manages to survive. Really close for Vulcan and Sori there. Oh, Tristana decides she wants to go in. Ezreal Q goes wide, procs the bomb, and Ezreal is forced to E away.
so, I don't know if you saw it, but Jarvan died to Herald charging.
Jarvan died to Herald charge.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize. Oh, as the AD carries are fighting again, they've swapped sides. Flash coming out. Teleport coming down. Heal. Jumping away. Look at Silas looking for the Ezreal on the back end. Trundle looking to come help with the pillar. They might be too far away. Jarvan is countering here. EQ goes off, but he didn't manage to hit the Silas as he manages to get the Ezreal. But now you're not trapped in here with me. I'm trapped in here with you, or whatever the saying goes. Trundle flashes over the wall to try and continue. Dash coming out for the Silas. Misses the abductive scon. Jarvan EQ out, and that might be it.
Yeah. No, I mean, clearly Sublime Feline said, hey, this should happen, but we're not fucking done.
Yeah, and Nautilus looking to swing their weight a little bit there as they get the Tristana some more solo plate gold. I do like the positioning there, and I think Sublime Felines have done a good job of trying to even out this gold score. They've still got about K down as, see, getting caught out by the set. Facebreaker plus Morgana root is a disgusting amount of CC. Ignite goes down, but he's suppressed by the ult, but now you have to deal with the Trundle, but the Trundle doesn't want anything to do with you.
Yep, Trundle said, I'm out.
And we might see another fight up here in the top lane, but I don't think Venom Poison can win these anymore. And we see Jarvan heading up to try and secure the Volibear's fate.
Looks like a dive's gonna happen.
And I think this is what you get if you name your team Sublime Felines, and then you pick a bear.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah. Like, why aren't we seeing Nidalee top? Where's Nidalee top?
Or the cat Rengar top.
Yes, thank you. Or Yuumi top. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Yuumi jungle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yuumi jungle, full clear, any percent speedrun.
That's what the problem is. We don't have Rengar top.
Oh, but just gonna get absolutely deleted by the Garen ult there.
Yeah, it's rough, buddy.
Nautilus, you can't fight that Garen. You're 5 levels down. This does not go well for you, friend.
He's going for it, though.
He can just ignore you and kill the turret, and then he can kill you.
You should leave.
Yeah.
Well, it's a question of what are Sublime Philine's gonna do? They, Seagles took the tier 2 of theirs. Top laner is quite behind, hasn't even finished their first item yet.
Well, they did go kind of garage sailing for a while, opted for tier 2 birds early.
That's true.
And it almost worked for them multiple times, but Ezreal might be in trouble here. Manages to just E away. Arcane Shift, I believe is the name of that ability, but Trundle managed to catch up with him. The Triller, he's chomping and he's ulted. He's going to be really squishy in Abductus Comp hits. But Garen says, yeah, you know what? You're going to send that many people bot lane. I'm going to go for your mid turret, even if I don't have a minion wave. And Tristana says, what on earth are you doing? And now Sublime Felines might have access to the inside track on this first Infernal Drink, but does get hit by the Morgana root. EQ coming through from the Jarvan as he procs the passive, instantly smiting the dragon for extra health, as Set says, I want this. And now it looks like Rising Seagulls have the inside track on the pit, but they're not without contention. Are they going to wait for the Volibear TP? It is up. It's ticking. Volibear's TPing, but the dragon has already gone down. They're going to look for engage. Everfrost goes wide, and he flashes out as soon as he teleports. Ooh, you gotta see a little bit of the nerves coming out for the side of Sublime Felines.
Yeah, I guess they're afraid of creating a wider gap, but I feel like if you were going to give up the dragon anyway, why try to hover around the fight, right?
I think it might have been miscommunication. Like, yes, I have TP, I can come for Drake, and then the Drake's just already dead, and it's like, but I'm TPing, right? That's definitely happened to me before.
Yeah,
well, I don't run TP because I'm jungle, but Set wants to fight the Trundle here. Gonna go ahead and Facebreaker him, but there's two people there. However, Garen's coming on the back end. Getting take down. Facebreaker misses.
Oh, no.
Garen does so much damage, and he deletes Trundle from a quarter HP. But now Volibear trading back a lot of damage with the AP, but the Garen is just too far ahead. He spins, he wins.
Yeah. Whew. It's looking rough.
So, Flashpoint, I've been told that the actual pronunciation for Rising Tide Eagles is Rising Tide Seagles. So, I agree that eagles and cats have always been natural enemies, but I think in this particular, at least in the natural matchup, the cats would win that one. Oh, Jarvan all going in on the Tristana after some good pull. Ezreal going down, does not hit. If it was going to hit, good flash from the Nautilus saying, uh-oh, I am caught, gotta flash over this wall. Flashing the happy bee emote. You'll love to see some positivity, especially in a game like this.
Yes, keep that. I mean, you were saying, right? Keep the mental up.
Yeah. And now they've got 3 here. They can take the fight. Jarvan EQ's in a really weird spot as they head onto the Ezreal. Ezreal flashes out, but Jarvan is now the target. Flashes over the wall, but the Ezreal has used all of his mobility. He's going to fall. They can look for the Jarvan, and they can look to do something mid, and that was a really good catch from the 3 of them.
Yeah, C9 Volt really putting in work.
Yep, and now they're going to look onto the scary Slim Freewa, getting the Garen ult out. Black Shield going down to the Garen. That hits Tristana somehow. They're looking to get... Oh! Nautilus ult goes down, so they're still looking for it. Dashes over the wall, gets him rooted. He's going low. Morgana Binding goes wide. Volibear is running at you. That he's going to do some damage. Okay, good flash. And they're going to cut back. Really, I'm loving these proactive plays from the side of Sublime Feline Esports.
Yeah.
They're, you know, no bones about it. 8k gold down, right? All drags down. You know, 6 turrets down. But they can still recognize a good play when they see it. And I respect that.
I mean, you have to give kudos to that. A lot of teams, you know,
Oh.
will just shut down.
6-1-2, 14 Magi stack Silas. Okay, they're not out of this game yet. That
there's
beast alone can change the tide.
Yeah. We'll just have to see how they play around it.
Absolutely. Whew. This has been quite the action-packed game, though. 21 kills in as many minutes.
Every time you're talking about a fight, another fight's about, like, breaking out.
Yeah, on the other side of the map. Yeah. It is, whew, it's pretty spicy.
But, like, it's you know, it's what the viewers want to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Action.
Morgana Binding? Just misses.
Oh.
Just misses.
She said, this is my village. I'm putting my pink ward here. You can't do anything about it. I'm guarding it. But, yeah. Ooh, careful, just stop it. Oh, I was so nervous for a second.
I was as well. Getting ready for this dragon the next minute. There it is up, but they're saying, pardon me, not quite yet on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what Sublime Feelings is wanting to do. Are they wanting to prevent the soul? Try to go for it? Or are they gonna try to do Baron? Or just gonna sacrifice for waves? I don't know.
It's hard to tell. Oh,
Or there could be a spicy fight in the mid lane.
Yeah, and this Ezreal is going to start to hurt more and more. Does have Muramana and Divine Sunderer completed, so
Yeah, that's good.
Qs are going to start to slap pretty hard. Actually, I think it's Mana Mune now, right? That's what it upgrades to. I always forget which order it goes. Muramana, Mana Mune, or... Yeah, okay.
Muramana is the final.
Okay, so we've got the full Muramana. And got those Lucidity boots to boot. So going to have a lot of Qs able to throw that here.
Alright, so I like to call where Sublime Feline is standing the choke point of death.
I want to point out that Morgana has just exchanged Flash to Smite.
Oh!
And Set's going to go in, going to do a big ult onto the back line. Trundle getting low, but so is Set. Trundle has to walk out of these. Silas buying some time. But the EQ from the Jarvan destroys the team, and Volibear's the only one left. The ult doesn't even finish.
Yeah. That's why I like to call it the choke point of death.
Yep.
it's because you're standing over there. Like you can only go one way, right? Like through that choke point, and the other team has the control of dragon. So you're forced to either run through the chokehold, right, or go dragon.
Yeah, absolutely, and not looking too great on the side of Rising Tide Seagles. Little Robot Man in the chat saying LeChance licks toes.
Is Little Robot Man speaking the truth?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Oh, Sui goes down, but they get the Ezreal back on the trade, and that is worth it for the side of Sublime Felines.
That's a fat W. If I was COA, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'll die for taking the 80 carry.
Yeah, especially with that shutdown build. However, Silas did lose all of his stacks, or at least most of them, that last fight, so it is going to be a little bit rough in terms of him being able to output the damage he wants to right now. Oh, yeah. Nautilus, noticing that the Morgana has switched to having Exhaust Smite.
Okay.
Now, does Morgana Smite do... Okay, it does 900.
Yeah.
But she hasn't... How does that interaction work? Do you know? In terms of, like, when you swap out to Smite, why it would be 900 versus 450?
No.
Cool.
Fortunately. I do not play with spellbooks. It is scary to me.
Neither do I. Plus, I'm a jungler. If I ever got rid of Smite, my team would crucify me, as they should.
Yeah. I played a carry, so if I'm thinking spellbook, I feel.
Hey,
like
you can smite a minion so that you can hit something past them, right? Like you play Ezreal and take Smite, and then do something spicy.
Yeah, but I might as well take the minion.
And they're going to go ahead and start up this Baron with Garen splitting in the bot, absolutely demolishing this inhibitor. Baron is halfway down. Slim Frewa says, I can fight you, Volibear. I can kill you. Trundle going in.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait,
okay.
Not Trundle.
I thought Seagles stole it for a hot minute. I was
yeah,
like,
it was
oh
pretty good. But
God.
now, set Facebreaker into Haymaker, and that's a lot of damage. Gage C trying to get out, flashing. Trundle's still alive. Uses the Jarvan ult to the back end. Heals a lot, but it's not quite enough. And... Oh, that was close. But Garen is still at the next turrets, and this is most likely the series for the side of Sublime Felines. Well, it's the Rising Tide Seagulls are going to win, but this looks to be the exit of Sublime Felines from the tournament. Tons of damage coming down from that Morgana Cube. Just gets deleted in 2 abilities as Garen is spinning into 2 of them, and he doesn't care that he's tanking turret. He just kills the Nautilus, and he wants more. He kills 3 of them underneath the Nexus turrets, and that feels bad.
Feels bad. Feels Garen, yeah.
Morgana has now picked up the Ignite. Just really flexing that spellbook. And EQ Jarvan. Stylish Zanya's coming out from Vulcan. Won't save you from the 4 people on your Nexus. And they're just going to auto this one down and take the victory.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it'll do that as well. Gotta love the spectator bugs.
Scared the heck out of me. Well, that was a pretty,
That was a series.
Yeah. But hey, I appreciate Sublime Felines not giving up, giving it their all, looking for opportunities and picks. They really gave it their all. So
yeah, absolutely. They tried really hard. I think the Volibear might have tried a little bit too hard. Really looking to try and get that lead in top lane, but they had some really good looks. They were never out. They always looked, even in the late game, for picks. They stayed in it, and a really great showing between these 2 teams.
Yeah, for sure. So you said Apes won the other day?
Yes, actual Apes won. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
it'll be Apes versus Eagles. Seagulls. Sorry. I'm terrible. Now, I do want to say, before people run away, I would love to do an interview because I've been trying to do them with all these games because I think it would be fun if I ever get streamed again to do an interview. So I'm trying to get people to come on and do it. So if you were on the side of the Rising Tide Seagulls and you want to be interviewed, go ahead and pop into community channel and I will drag you up. I know that's going to take about 20 seconds to reach you all, but if you want to come on and we can ask you some fun questions like how did you feel getting Quinn? Why didn't you pick Quinn in game 2? How do you play Quinn that well?
Quinn.
Okay, Breezified, if you want to do it, you got to go ahead and get in the community chat.
Yeah,
Oh, there he is. I'm gonna move him. Breezified. We could probably take both of them, yeah?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Oh, we're in staff, not casting on air.
Oh, yeah. Haha.
Okay. And there we go. Welcome to the broadcast, Breezified. Slim Fresa. What an excellent series to watch. How are you feeling after that quick 2-0?
Pretty solid. I really felt like we were firing on all cylinders. You know, like the biggest thing with our team is just being consistent sometimes, but we really pulled it together, I think, that team.
Yeah, it looked good. Now, Fresa, or how do you pronounce the second part of your name?
It's Fresa, but you can just call me Slim.
Slim? I hate Slim. How did you feel having Quinn available to pick in both games? And given how much time you seem to have invested on it and how good you were on it in the first game, why didn't you like it in game 2?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll just leak some strats, it's okay. So I felt really, it's whenever Quinn's not banned, I make sure that the rest of my team is drafting in a way that we can still pick Quinn if the situation arises. So I'm making sure I'm picking 80 carries that have either bring utility or that operate at a different range than Quinn. Like both games, like Ezreal long range, Misfortune long range with the R, so that we're not like conflicting and we don't get hit by a bunch of AoE because we're playing the same way. Little stuff like that. But the second game, Silas is not great because he can duel me even at later points in the game, so I don't have any sideline pressure. And then Nautilus is a little tricky for short range AD carry and team fights, so I didn't go for it.
Oh, okay. And now what I liked in terms of game 1 with the synergy with Misfortune wasn't actually, because if you're just auto attacking, yes, Misfortune ult is long range, but if you're just auto attacking, I think they're relatively similar range ADCs. However, both of their passives I think stick up really well together, and we saw that
ton of burst. Yeah.
We saw that happen to their Tristana a couple of times. It was a bit.
It felt bad.
A bit dirty.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. Just, I almost felt bad for that Tristana, but you know, win's a win. So.
Yeah. Fair.
You know what? Fair enough.
We were actually talking before the game, specifically about that, what you mentioned with Misfortune not having a long side attack range. That because my AD carry usually he's more comfortable on the crit build. With Misfortune, but I told him to go lethality.
This AD carry above me right now, Mr.
Yes,
Reese.
and he played phenomenal with it for not being as comfortable in it.
You were pumped. You were an absolute sniper on the Ezreal in game 2, poking out the Nautilus under tower. Little disgusting. So I mean, given what we know about the drafting now, do you usually just sort of pick 80 carries for your team, or are those 2 80 carries that you're particularly comfortable on, or is it just a happy accident that those are both 80 carries you are comfortable on and they're good picks for your team compositions?
So, as a team, we have a load of faith in our captain, Slim. So a lot of the time I will, just say to Slim, you know what, pick the AD carry best for the team. And as you've seen in these past 2 games, it usually results in an AD carry available at range, because I know that a lot of the time there's going to be a lot of resources spent top, whether it be the jungler or the support. And it's just sort of a mixture of champions I'm comfortable on and champions that work with our playstyle.
Okay, thank you. And now, so jungle matchup, obviously both times it was Jarvan into Trundle. You didn't seem super bothered by the Trundle with the Jarvan. But I also noticed you weren't really going for like level 2 ganks with the Jarvan. So how is the Jarvan fitting into your composition, more particularly in game 2, where it's maybe a little bit less wombo combo-y with the Seraphine ult?
Well, I don't really like the level 2 plays on Jarvan because if they don't work, you give away a lot of information and then you set yourself a little behind. And I'm speaking for my jungler here, but I'm pretty sure it feels the same way. And like, we were super comfortable with our scaling both games. We felt like we outscaled them. So there's really no rush. We don't need to like force things, you know?
Yeah.
So just let Jarvan, stay ahead of an XP and stuff. And he totally outpadded and outfarmed that Trundle both games.
Fair enough. Now, Ryoklu, do you have any questions?
Yes.
For our winners here? All right.
I do have some. The one main question. Do you both think Lachance licks toes?
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, he seems like a total stand-up guy, but those are the ones you have to watch out for. So maybe.
Yeah.
It's true. A bit of a closet freak, perhaps.
All right.
There you have it.
My final question is about the bracket. So you have defeated the Sublime Felines, knocking them out. You will be playing against the actual Apes, who upset the Nat 20 Druids in their last series. How are you feeling about that semifinal matchup?
I was really expecting to face N20 Druids, so I have not scouted or looked at actual Apes at all. So it's gonna be kind of a wild card. Well, we'll do some work. We'll prep it, but totally, it comes as a surprise to us. So
cool. And then I've been doing this with the teams and commercials so far. What are your thoughts on the other side of the bracket? I believe Cloud9 is supposed to be facing Clown9. Gotta enunciate that pronunciation. Ego Curb, and then Sensei Randalls is facing Anima. I'm assuming you expect Sensei Randalls to win versus Anima, but I don't know, maybe there's some spicy knowledge there.
Breezy, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so, I mean, they did get the first seed. We didn't really get the chance to play them within our division due to, playoffs coming early.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of expected to face them in the final, sort of being like a Division 2 commercial playoff.
You just jinxed us,
whitewash.
Bro. You can't say that we're expecting the finals. What if we don't get to the finals?
Okay, listen, you're right. I've got to show some respect. Like as Slim just said, as the bracket goes on, the games are only going to get harder. We might have only faced like a 10th, 11th seed, but it's going to get harder as we go into the semi-finals and the finals.
Yes.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
He jinxed this. It's over.
I mean, my advice to y'all is to just make sure you keep your practice up and you do your scouting appropriately, and you should be fine.
Yeah, it looked like a really keen game. Good games, and I hope you have a wonderful Thursday evening.
You as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
And do you have any final words for the cast, Ryoklu?
First time casting ever. Had a lot of fun.
It was excellent having you.
Yeah, excellent having you as well.
All right. Well, with that, I hope you all have a schmeckle-filled evening, and I will see you on the riff.